Hi everybody, I'm Megan and this is my channel Skipping Stitches for all things sewing and dressmaking. It's lovely to have you here as always. Thank you for being here and thank you for taking the time to watch my content. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my next vlogs. Today is a chatty catch up really. I haven't been doing much sewing this week. I mentioned in my previous vlog that I had been feeling a bit under the weather. So I've been taking things easy, but I thought it'd be a nice opportunity just to talk to you about my sewing plans and have a little chat about the Knit and Stitch Festival, which is happening next week. And I'm looking forward to that. So have a little chat about what my plans are when I go to that. Let me start by telling you what I'm wearing today. It is the Grain Line Archer shirt, quite an old one now. I made this maybe 3 years ago, I'm not quite sure. It's made in a brushed flannel, super warm and cozy. Again, I don't know what it is with where I live. It is so windy today. It's like gale force winds. I know it's across the country, but it's super bad here in the east of England. So this is like my go-to, you know, it's just warm, cozy, snuggly, and it's just a nice everyday shirt. I actually put a post on my Instagram, so if you're not on Instagram, you might be able to help answer this for me. One reason I've never made this shirt again is the shoulders. I don't know if you can see. They sit really low, and I think that's intentional. A lot of shirts do sit like that, but they're kind of in between a drop shoulder and a normal shoulder, and it sort of annoys me. It looks to me like they don't fit correctly. So I want to make another one, but I'm not sure which way to go. Whether I should just make it a fitted, you know, fitted at the shoulder, which would mean taking a good inch off there, I reckon, maybe more, or to go full on drop sleeve on it. So if you've made this before and have had the same issue, let me know how you solved that. I'd be really keen to know. Share your secrets with me so that I can make another one, because there's so many gorgeous flannels out there at the minute. I'd love to make another one. It's just useful, isn't it, for pulling on over t-shirts and jeans, and yeah. Um, this fabric was actually from Guthrie and Garney, like I said, a few years ago, but I think they've got it back in stock this year. So if you like the look of it, I'm pretty sure it is back in stock in a few different colours as well. So that's what I'm wearing today. Let me tell you a little bit about sewing plans. I haven't been doing much this week, but you may, again, if you are on Instagram, if not, don't worry, I'm about to show you. You may have noticed I showed a outfit which I had been making up for Lamarzi Fabrics. I am a brand supporter for them, as many of you already know, and I had to keep it secret when I was making it because obviously we don't want to spoil the surprise for the customers. But every month Lamarzi do makers bags. It's basically a lovely organic cotton tote bag, and inside it has a little surprise. There's a couple of different options. One has just the fabric and a little tool, a little treat, normally like a sewing related tool, and the other one has more of a luxury option, which is the fabric, a pattern, a sewing tool, and a little treat for you. I got both sent to me. I'm a very lucky girl, and I made them both in advance. So I could just kind of show people how they look made up and give people ideas and suggestions of what to do with theirs if they didn't want to use the pattern that was included. Let me show you a sneak peek. This one is, I didn't bring the packet through, but I'll get it for you in a minute so you can see the pattern. It's a Maison Fauve pattern, and I'm increasingly falling in love with Maison Fauve. Something about the French, isn't it? They just do things well and so elegantly. And I love the finishing and the way they just make things, they just elevate patterns, I think. This one is the Rezac sweatshirt. So it's so hard to show this on camera because of the colour. It doesn't pick up all the details. But let me try and explain to you. So the back has got a centre seam. So you've got the seam down the middle. It's got a raglan sleeve. It's got a much higher than normal neckband on it. I did shorten mine ever so slightly actually, but yeah, it's a lovely cozy neckband. And there's also two darts on the neckband that give it this really pretty shape, and they line up with the raglan sleeve, so it gives you this nice sort of asymmetric, is it? I don't know if it's asymmetric, but it gives a nice bit of detail anyway. And there's also this really cool kangaroo pocket. Can you see that? Let me see if I can put my hand in. Hard to do. It's got like a kangaroo pocket here as well. I think the options for this are kind of endless because of all the different panels, and also very hard to show on camera, but The side bits and under the arm are made up of the ribbing fabric. I think you can just about see a slight contrast there. So if you had some striped ribbing, you could have stripes at the side, or you could have striped top and plain ribbing. You could even mess around with the panels, so you could have the pockets in a different fabric to the top. There are so many possibilities, and it just, to me, you know, I'm the sweater queen. I've got loads of sweatshirt patterns, but this is not like any other I've made before. So if you haven't seen it out there, I would definitely recommend you go and have a look for it. It's a really good one. Obviously, Lamarzi stock it, and I do believe they've got a few of these left in stock in different French terries and sweatshirting. They have a huge range of colours. I was sent the burgundy one, but yeah, you honestly, you could have so much fun doing all different things with it. So go check it out if you haven't already. And the other thing I made, you may or may not have seen this already, is it's a Tilly and the Buttons Luella skirt, which is quite a simple tiered maxi or midi skirt. It's 2 or 3 tiers. This is the 2-tier version, and it's made in this amazing viscose twill sateen. Autumn Jewels is the name of it, and you can see why. The colours are like autumn in a fabric, really, aren't they? Quite an unusual design. How would I describe the design? Maybe a little bit Aztec, but it's so pretty, and it pairs amazingly with this burgundy. So I had them together as an outfit. You can wear them separately. If you recall, I made a True Bias Nico top a few weeks back in a lovely teal green, and it matches the green, so it looks beautiful with this. I'll pop up a photo to show you. But it's such a great little idea to have the kits every month where you can kind of choose a little bit yourself in terms of whether you want a kit with fabric or just, with just the fabric, or if you want it with the pattern. And they've also got loads and loads of options of different other things. They can just like do build a bundle, outfit packages, all sorts. So go take a look at the website. Honestly, there's so much to explore on there. I could sit there for hours. And one of the things I do particularly love is that you can do it by colour seasons. So I'm not somebody that's had a colour analysis, but if you have, or if like me, you just kind of are drawn to particular colour palettes naturally, then they have got a section where you can put in your spring, summer, or autumn, winter colours, and you can decide which sort of colours you want in that. It's a bundle of fabric basically, so it's like a woven and maybe a knit as well, and they're in all your favourite colours. So for me, it would be like the pinks, the blues, the purples, all that kind of thing. But if your vibe is more sort of winter and jewel tones, then you know you can pick them too. So it's great. Go have a look. Actually, I'll give a shout out. So Mad, also on YouTube, did a vlog about this very recently, and she put it much more eloquent than me, and she gave you an example of the kind of fabrics that she got in her bag. So go have a look at So Mad and see what she got in her little gift bag the other week. Right, so that's those makes. My Instagram account, if you don't already know, is at Megan Sews Stuff, if you want to see these in action a bit more. But like I said, I'll pop them up so you can see them. It's always nice to see someone moving and see how the fabric flows and everything like that. I've actually got some more of the burgundy fabric in my stash, which I bought before I got this, and I was thinking of making some closet core, yeah, plateau joggers with those. I'm not normally a co-ord kind of person in that sense, like joggers and matching top, but I think it would be cute, and it gives me options. So I'm probably going to make some closet core plateau joggers in the same. It's organic fleece backed sweatshirting, and I've got the matching ribbing as well. And it's just got the right amount of stretch and comfort. And yeah, it's that time of year where that's what we want, really, isn't it? I've got here next to me my little planner. So I'm trying really hard this year to be a little bit more intentional about what I'm making. I sew a lot, we all know that. But I want to try and focus on things that I need and want. I don't think I particularly make things that I don't want or need, but it's just good to have an idea. So I'm using these pattern trace planners. Pattern trace is part of Guthrie and Garney, and these are really lovely, sort of eco-friendly workbooks. And inside it, you can have, it's got a little wish list at the front, so you can write down the things you want to buy in terms of patterns. And then inside, you've got these really lovely pages. It's be hard to see on here, but you can write down the pattern, the company, the fabric that you need, what kind of style it is, how much fabric you need, how much the project might cost you, and then you can tick them off as you go along. It's really cute. And then in the back here, a little bit further back, you can actually mark your projects as you go. So this is one here. Oh yeah, I shared this in the summer. This was my Friday Pattern Company saltwater slip. So there's a place to put a photo of your finished garment, a swatch of your fabric, and also all the measurements and adjustments you may have made. Because if you're anything like me, I forget. I try really hard to be diligent and write on my pattern pieces or mark somewhere the adjustments that I've made, but I have been guilty of losing them or forgetting them. So this is a really good way. I made quite a few adaptations to this top when I made it. So I've written down here what I've done so I can refer back to this. And on the front, I've written it's 2025. It's just a nice little journal, isn't it? I know there's apps out there and I know there's some amazing technology to help you do this, but I actually love a bit of pen and paper. And I think it's quite mindful just to sit and write and stick and like going back to school. So yeah, let me just tell you what I've written in here for the upcoming season. There's only a couple of things, to be fair. I've lost my page now. Let me get it. One of them is definitely the new named pattern. I've got my old lady glasses on, sorry. I'm just trying to remember what it's called. The named, it begins with a K. Where is it? Oh, I can't find it. How annoying. I'll come back to that in a minute. But I've also got the Closet Core Mitchell trousers on here too. I've been wanting to make them for a while, but I've been a little bit scared of making them. But I just thought, let's do it. You know, I've got to do it. So I'll do a toile and then we'll get around to them at some point. I haven't decided what fabric yet, but I have got some really nice bamboo blended twill that's been in my stash for a while. It was very expensive and it's beautiful. It's kind of a khaki colour. Got the most amazing drape and a tiny bit of elastane, so super comfy for trousers, and I think it would make gorgeous Mitchells. But I think partly because the fabric is so expensive, I'm being a bit cautious about cutting into it. So yeah, I'm quite frustrated with myself. I can't find the named pattern on here now. But anyway, that is definitely high up on my list. I'll put a picture up for you to see it. It's a knit pattern that was just launched recently, and I think it's beautiful. It's kind of like a batwing crossover top or dress, and then it's got a belt around it. I just think it's super stylish, but also really practical and comfy. It's what I'm all about. I just need to find the right fabric for it. So there are some gorgeous fabrics out there, knit fabrics that I think would work perfectly for the top. But for the dress, I'm really quite concerned that sitting in it after half an hour or so, I'm going to end up with a baggy bum. And I don't want that look. So I'm looking for something with really good recovery. I've seen a couple that potentially might work, and maybe pop up some pictures to show you what I'm thinking. But with the Knit and Stitch show coming, I'm holding out so I can go and have a physical play with them, touch them, stretch them, feel what they're like, and see if they've got enough recovery in them really to cope with being sitting in it. I don't sit all day every day, obviously, but I don't want to wear a dress and then like go out and I've just got all the fabric baggy at my bum. It's not a good look. So I just want the confidence that it's going to work. So I really want to make that soon. And another thing, I showed you this fabric a few weeks ago and it's still sitting in my stash. Not that one. Might tell you about that one in a minute, but this one here. I bought this from Guthrie and Garney. It's like a chocolate leopard print viscose twill, but it does have a good bit of stretch in it as well. You treat it like a woven. Initially, I was going to make the Darling Ranges dress by Megan Nielsen, but it suddenly occurred to me that with that bit of stretch, it might be a bit tricky doing the neckline because it's got quite a lot of binding, and I was worried that it might end up a bit out of shape. So I'm thinking about this one behind me, which is the Deer and Doe Myosotis. I've made a few of these. This one's made in a viscose crepe, a really lightweight one, and I made one in the summer. It's definitely in one of my first vlogs. It's the coral double gauze one, which I adore. But I thought maybe this would work. Yeah, so I'm actually contemplating making the Myosotis in this with, tights, boots, cardi over the top. This looks really nice with pink. Pink and brown is like a yummy combination that I'm into at the minute. So I'm now thinking this. I got 2 meters and I can squeeze the Myosotis out of 2 meters if I do the short length. So I think that might be what I'm going to do with it after all my toing and throwing and dithering about which dress to make. So they're my sewing plans at the minute. And I am going to be going to London on Thursday the 9th of October to the Knit and Stitch show. I have only ever been to one before. I went to the one in Harrogate and it was when I was just starting out on my sewing journey, so it was all quite overwhelming. So I'm looking forward to going to this one, just enjoying it for what it is, hopefully seeing some of you and having a catch up. I really want to go and play it on some of the sewing machines. I have messaged a few people about machines and to get advice. I want to look at the Juki and I want to look at some of the other Genomis as well. So I think I'm going to take some of my own fabric with me. I really want something that can handle buttonholes on things like jeans, something that I've struggled with. I just want something reliable and sturdy for really, really heavyweight fabric. So I'm going to take some denim with me. And I'm going to maybe do like a mock-up waistband, and I'm going to take some fluffy knitted fabric as well and see how they cope with that. I'm just having a sip of tea, bear with me. Right, so yeah, at the Stitch Show, apart from having a play on the machines, which I'm very much looking forward to, I haven't actually got a big wish list. I want to have a look at some fabrics for the dress I just mentioned, but also I want to have a look at haberdashery because I hate ordering haberdashery online. I like to just have a look and have a play. And there's a few little things. I always need more buttons. I need some new rotary cutters, and I'm really interested in trying out Jen Hogg's silicone ruler. It's like a flexible ruler that you can use for curved hems. So I want to go and have a look at that as well. And Little Rosy Cheeks has just launched her autumn winter label collection, and I'm a massive fan of her labels, and I'm almost out, in fact, so I'm hoping to get some of those as well. So once I've been, I will update you, of course. I might do a little haul if you're interested, so you can see what I've got. And that's it really. So yeah, I hope you're all keeping well and having a good week. And as always, leave me some comments. Let me know how you're doing. If you want to ask anything about any of my projects or anything that I've mentioned today, please do. I'll try and link everything down below for you. And hopefully I'll see some of you next week at Stitch Show. That would be amazing. Speak soon. Bye bye.